Magical people who made a difference. Day 12. At times, our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each one of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. Albert Schweitzer, 1875 to 1965, Nobel Peace Prize winning medical missionary and philosopher. I'm repeating it, his quote. At times, our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each one of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. Every one of us has received help, support, or guidance from other people at particular times in our life when we needed it the most. Sometimes another person alters the course of our life through their encouragement, guidance, or just being there at the right time. And then life goes on, and we tend to forget those times when one person touched us or changed our life. Sometimes you don't even realize the impact a person had until well into the future when you look back on your life and realize that a particular person was pivotal in magically changing the direction of your life for the better. The person may have been a teacher or a coach, an uncle, aunt, sibling, grandparent, or any family member. They may have been a doctor, nurse, or best friend. They may have been the person who introduced you to your current partner or to a particular interest that became one of your greatest passions. Maybe they were someone you didn't even know and they appeared in your life very briefly, performing a random act of kindness that touched you to the core. My grandmother gave me my love for books, cooking, and the countryside. By sharing her love of those things with me, all of them affected and changed the course of my life. Cooking became a passion of mine for over 20 years. My love of books eventually led to me becoming a writer, and my love of the countryside has influenced where I have lived throughout my life. My grandmother also disciplined me with a steel hand to say thank you. Yeah, even I get goosebumps, really. At the time, I thought she was just teaching me to be polite. At the time, yeah. It was only later in my life I realized that teaching me to say the magic words was the greatest gift my grandmother ever gave me. She's not alive anymore, but I continue to be grateful to her for the huge influence she had on the course of my life. Thank you, Grandma. Today, you're going to think about the magical people who have impacted your life. Find a quiet place alone sometime during the day today. Sit down and think of three extraordinary people who have made a difference in your life. Once you have your three people, work with one person at a time and talk out loud to each person as though they were present, telling him or her the reason why you're grateful to them and how they affected the course of your life. Make sure you do this magical practice with all three people in the one session because It will take your feeling of gratitude to a far deeper level. If you split up this magical practice throughout the day, you will not feel the same depth of gratitude nor receive the magical results. Here's an example of what you might say. And she says the name of someone. And she says, I want to thank you for the time that you encouraged me to follow my heart. I was lost and confused that day, and your words touched me, Sarah, and lifted me out of despair. Because of what you said, I found the courage to follow my dream, and I moved to France to work as an apprentice chef. I'm living my dream, and I couldn't be happier. Because of what you said to me that day, thank you, Sarah. It's very important that you say the reasons why you are grateful. And you can't say too much. Instead, the more you say, another powerful sentence, because she comes to feelings, I think, I remember this. And the more you say and the more you feel, the more amazing the results. You will see the magic explode in your life from doing this practice. It numbers among the most powerful acts of gratitude you can ever perform. If you're not in a position to talk out loud, then you can write down your words to each person and address them as though you're writing them a letter. When you have completed the practice, you will feel a huge difference in the way that you feel. The evidence of gratitude's power working is always the first and in foremost the evidence of gratitude's power working is always that first and foremost it makes you happy. The secondary evidence of gratitude's power is that you attract wonderful things. And as if all of that wasn't enough, the happiness you feel after practicing gratitude also attracts more wonderful things which will make you even happier. That's the magic of life, and that's the magical power. So, I've kept a few things ready to show you. This is what I wrote as a legacy document. It has my goals, my affirmations, my story, which is my legacy. Okay, goals and my identity, which I had once read a bit out to you all. Okay, these are my mentors. All right, some of them who I follow. So obviously, I can't reach out to them. Okay, Tony Robbins, Sid Ratsekar, of course, I'm in regular touch. Rhonda Byrne herself, when I made the legacy document, this is Rhonda Byrne. Okay, one second, let me put it in the, yeah, this is Rhonda Byrne. Here, okay, here, down. Rhonda Byrne herself and Gary Vee and Blair Singer, all of them. So these are more. Then there is, of course, I can't reach out to him, right? It's not the easiest to reach out to our Prime Minister. Yeah, I know because I have a virtual background behind. I'm going to show it later. Okay, now. So obviously, I can't reach out to our Prime Minister. So I wrote letters to him. I wrote as if he's there. You get it? Then another mentor who gave me a Torchbearer Award. Another mentor who is on my legacy document who gave me the Hall of Fame Award. So, what did I do? And of course, my Guruji, of course, many other people. For me, and I think many of you will be able to relate to the grandmom bit. How many of you feel yeah, correct. Absolutely. All thumbs ups. Grandmom matlab again goosebumps, है ना? सच में. In fact, if any of you all came through my webinar, It is about my grandmom, my three learnings from my grandmom, that storms make deeper roots, trees have deeper roots. Then the second one I'm saying is diamond is a stone that has gone through, a piece of coal that has gone through intense stress. And there is a third one also, I'm blanking out on which one. So grandmom matlab khatam. So now she comes to the homework. Sorry, to the 10 things that we have to write, which we will get to. We are soon going to get into writing gratitude 3 times, but yet she's only talking about once. Count your blessings. Make a list of 10 blessings. Write why you are grateful. Reread your list, and at the end of each blessing, say thank you, thank you, thank you, and feel as grateful for that blessing as you can. Now, guess what the good news is? We've done this morning. We've done this, right? Super duper. Okay, so we are done with this. Now we coming to the 12th day only, where she says, find a quiet place alone sometime during the day, which is now. Let's do it together. I feel doing it together is the best always, yeah? And make a list of 3 people who made a difference in your life. Walk through the list one person at a time, because it is like writing to him. Because I'm truly blessed. And while talking out loud, tell each person, either talk out loud or write, the reason why you are grateful for them and exactly how they affected the course of your life. So currently it is 3 people, so you'll have to, I'm so sorry, you'll think of 12 people, you'll think of 15 people, right? Many of us. I must be at my 80th or 90th person because I'm practicing this for a while and you will get there soon. Like about a week back, I was thanking someone who suggested, he was a client, he had come to order jewelry for his wife from London. Okay. And he said that Sonia, that's his wife, suggested, Bijal, you are going to have your second child and you're 7 months, 5 months pregnant, 5.5 months pregnant. And why don't you come to UK or go to the United States to to deliver there? I mean, it's like having your one foot on another soil. And within 15 days, my husband and I decided, why not? Our elder son is born here. Maybe our younger child will born. We have our one foot in another country in those times, one of the superpowers and everything. Suddenly, I thought of him and I started writing gratitude to him. This was very recently. So now in my family, my younger son is a US citizen, my elder daughter-in-law is a US citizen, and my grandson is a US citizen. Out of five of them, 3 US citizens. Okay. These are small, simple things. So this chapter is not about, yes, of course, it is about or not about someone just lending us money or giving us a loan or something. It's beyond that. She's talking about advising, because what I just read related so much. A friend said, listen to your heart. So she says, okay, listening to my heart. That's what happened. A client just said, and within, like, immediately we zipped off. Oh, good idea. Why not? Asked father-in-law. Good. And this is how it is. He doesn't have to need any visas. He doesn't have to stand in queues for clearance. So when I read about Sarah that time, it reminded me of him. Let's begin. Okay, I'm reading only that. Find a quiet place alone sometime during the day, which is now, and make a list of 3 people who made a difference in your life. Okay, and it's basically because I've kept this format, it's just 2 pages. So I'll move it after 5 minutes. Starts beautifully. At times, our own light goes out and is rekindled by a spark from another person. Each one of us has cause to think with deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. For me, when I did this for the first time, it was not easy to stick to three people. But let's try our very best. It's supposed to be more intense, concentrated, and with feelings rather than all over the place. That's why I guess it's best to listen to what the mentor has to say. Her first sentence says, each one of us has received help, support, or guidance from other people at particular times in our life when we needed it the most. So we will go only to priority wise to those intense situations when we were the most at breakdowns in relationships or finances or health. This is like writing a little letter, huh? This is not like the way we write the 10 sentences. And don't be general, huh? Thank you to students, or thank you to a group of people, or thank you, my society or management committee. This is about only three people who have come to our rescue. They have rekindled our spark when our light went off. It came from that person. I do remember I was all over the place when I first did this. So, if most of you probably are doing it for the first time, and if that is happening, just try once again to consolidate. Okay, I wasn't able to just stick to three people and write little longer. The first time I did it years back, I was all over the place. I was thanking too many people because it was at a time when I myself was facing so many breakdowns that it wasn't easy for me to just finish off with three. But see if you can try. Of course, when we do more of this, when we do concentrated, it's going to be phenomenal. It'll be magical. And she says it can be a dad, a mom, a counselor. Sometimes we are just too broken, and that we are attracting that right person at that time, and we ourselves get surprised that, oh, really? Constantly, she keeps on repeating, it's very important to say the reason why you are grateful. And you can't say too much because you're supposed to feel. So instead of keeping on writing thank you, to write a reason. So she's insisting that you write. Instead, the more you say and the more you feel, the more amazing the results. You will see the magic explode in your life from doing this practice. It numbers among the most powerful acts of gratitude you can ever perform. She finishes off with the 10 generic thank yous, yeah? And then comes to three particular ones. Counting our blessings will come normal in the 10 generic ones. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you,
Bye,
Bijal.
everyone.
Bye, all.
Thank you,
Bye.
Bijal.